the structure of the insula. So the insula is an area of our brain which is responsible for the interior feelings of our body, right, amongst other regions, but largely the insula is responsible for this. So the insula shaped kind of like this, and it's in the parietal lobe of the brain, so it's kind of about here, and it receives input from the body via C fibers into the posterior insula. Okay, we have the middle insula here, and here we have the anterior insula. Now, you put this person in a brain scanner, functional MRI, and you ask them when they are feeling something in their body to report that they're feeling something in their body. This person in the scan goes, yep, I'm feeling my stomach starting to expand and I'm feeling my heart beating. Cool. What happens in the brain when they are reporting that they feel something? We see activity here, in the anterior insula. This lights up. Blood supply goes to this area. But the actual input from the body is coming in here. So their feelings that they are reporting sometimes don't represent what their actual heart is doing, or whether they're actually having stomach issues. And we can measure this by putting on an ECG monitor. We could measure this by actually listening to their stomach. And what we see is that very often people have strong activity here. They're reporting very real, very strong, very potent sensations of like heart rate changes that have no correlation between what their heart is actually doing. And this would be called a loss of interoceptive accuracy. So to put this in the language of the priors, they are experiencing what they believe to be the case, what their priors are telling them. These are the predictions generated here, which are not grounded in the actual incoming sense data. The error data is not informing the priors. But the sensations are very real. They're just not accurate at all. Just like the guy who steps on the nail. Sensation's very real, but it's not accurate according to what's actually coming in from the body.
So this is the case where every time you get a patient that has been told from some doctor that the pain is all in your head.
Yes.
That could be the issue. No plastic changes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because people who have been told that hear it like your pain is not real.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Or you're imagining it.
Yeah.
But we don't have control over this process all the time. We can gain control of it. There are techniques, but it's very fucking hard to do. So the doctor's looking down here and going, well, your heart's fine. And they're going, yeah, but I feel fucking everything going on in my heart. And so this is where the disconnection happens. And the problem is, as well, is that these, just like when we're eating the apple, we salivate, right? This anterior insula is connected to the autonomic centers in our brain. So it's connected to our brainstem. So when we feel these changes happen, it can change our autonomic function. It can trigger the sympathetics. And it governs our behavior as well. So it can cause muscle guarding, changes in gait, changes in the physiology, etc. Right? Because these feelings are not just feelings, they're also actions, always.
So we're actually creating new reality.
Yes, exactly. Yes, we're creating a whole new physiological situation. New behavior, new tension, etc. But it's generated because of this priors not necessarily grounded in what's actually changing within their bodies. They're not necessarily accurately sampling their tissues, just like the guy stepping off the log. And part of our job, because we have the capacity to understand what's going on inside people's bodies, we can feel muscle tension, we can feel heart rate changes, we can feel the pulse. We're effectively like a machine that can detect what's going on. We're asking the question, is this person accurately detecting what's going on in their bodies? Or are they feeling something that actually doesn't actually represent what's happening? Like we had this in the patient you just had, right? Have pain in the neck. And you're going, is there pain on the right hand side? Because I feel a lot of tension on the right hand side. And they're going, no, it hurts way more on my left. That's interesting. Okay. Pressing on the shoulders. They're up here, heads forwards like this. Can you feel that there's tension in the shoulders? Yeah, a little bit. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So this person doesn't have the ability to accurately sample what's happening in the body, because there's loads of tension and nociceptive information coming in here, for sure. They're just not encoding it up here, so they don't perceive it. There's an inaccurate representation. And if they were accurately able to perceive where their shoulders were in space and how tight they were, they might be able to then go, oh my god, this is really sore, and they can relax it. Which is what you taught her how to do, right?
This inaccurate perception of tension, for example, isn't that also because if you get the same info again and again, and there's no reaction to it, then why keep on pushing that info to your conscious brain? It's like putting on a watch, you feel it for 10 seconds and then you forget it's there.
Habituation, yes.
Yeah. Isn't that a part of this as well?
Yeah, that is a part of it. And sometimes those things we don't have control over, we can't change, we just get pushed back because there's no use for it necessarily. Yeah, that is part of it. Okay. Does that answer your question? Does it help you to understand it a bit more?
Yes, but then I have a question more.
Yeah, go for it.